And welcome to another issue of Talking Tech Tips with Terry. Tuesday at 2. It is now Tuesday, and it is 2 o'clock. And joining me today is a person that you have seen before here. A guy that is a buddy of mine, and he is stopping by to help us today. And I'm going to bring him on the screen right now. That is Branden Hill. He is our Director of Growth Strategies here at Dental Nachos. Branden, how are you doing today, sir?
Doing excellent. You see, I've got my, basketball
I
court
noticed
behind
that.
me, in honor of the Sixers win last night, and to highlight everybody that this court is where most of my expertise is displayed on the basketball court.
I
Not just
like
kidding.
it.
I'm actually kind of good sometimes, but on a
Well,
real
very
court.
good. I might have you get basketball and just show us if you could do that. Is that though? Now you have to let me know. Is that a green screen or is that really there?
That's it. That's just right behind me. This
Oh,
is,
it is like
you know,
that's a physical one. See, I was thinking with
yeah.
you, it might be a green screen because you do so much with all this stuff. But that's an actual real thing. I like it.
This is the real deal. The real deal.
Excellent. Well, I'm really glad you're with us today because we're talking about some of the ways that dentists are using technology, how they're using. I thought, well, Brandon would be perfect for this because you're out there using it yourself, using it for your own work, but also with the Dental Nachos team, and then also with a lot of dentists. You're seeing a lot of
Right.
dentists safely and securely today, but seeing them largely over Zoom and other things like that. But I wanted to have you share some of the tools that you're working with before we begin recording this one. You were mentioning a tool that you use, one I was glad to introduce to Dental Nachos called Loom. Tell us a little bit
Yes.
about what Loom is and how you're using it.
Very simple. And once again, I always thank you, Terry, because you've been a great resource in Dental Nachos.
Thank you.
Sometimes, kindly annoying us to
That's my job.
make sure we're using technology to the best of its ability
That's right. I'll reach
in
through
Dental
that screen
Nachos.
and
And
twist your arm just a little bit.
exactly, exactly. So, and we appreciate it because it's helped us be more acclimated to it. I never considered myself a tech expert. I would learn something, but once I learn it, I do utilize it. So, technology is a big part of my life. Even if I'm usually not the first person to incorporate something, once I do incorporate it, I really do make it my business to utilize it both personally, but especially in business. So, yeah, Loom is one of those, and Loom is something I recommend for everyone, every human, right? Dentisting human or not, right? Because video is the way of the world. And anything you do to be on the cutting edge of technology, anything you can do to separate yourself from others, I encourage it. And Loom is one of the most easiest and simplest ways to incorporate video into your life. So, we use it internally in Dental Nachos. Like right now, if I want to give Paul and the team a recap of, some of the meetings and things that I had today, I can make a quick Loom video and say, hey, I did a great meeting with Terry today. We did tech tips and I talked to Dr. Such and such, and, I helped this person with this and I helped that dentist with that, or, whatever. And I just make a little quick end of day recap on what my day was and send that via email. I can send it via text. I can just send that little Loom video file that I make to my team, and it's just a great way to communicate. So
Yeah.
internally as a company, we definitely use it, but when we also encourage everyone else we talk to use it as well.
Yeah, and the nice thing about Loom, you've got a free version, which is pretty good. For most dentists, I have found that free is in the budget. Have you noticed that,
Yes,
Brent? Free is
for the
in the
most
budget.
part. For the
It's
most
good.
part, yes.
But also the paid version, which is like a couple of nickels, I think less than $100 a year or so for what they've got. It's really nice that you get some captions, you get some other drawing capability, but it's mainly, I also use it. You might, let me ask if you use this for this. Sometimes it's for just a personal note that I might want to
Yes.
talk to myself. I have something dramatic happen say in my personal life, might be real good or might be, a real setback or whatever. I like to often record those Loom videos and then I send it to myself to play at the end of the year, like on December 30th or 31st. Sometimes it's nice to look back and go, oh, yeah, yeah, I remember that. Oh, yeah, I remember that one too. Something like that. Do you use it very much in that way?
Yes, I have. I haven't done the whole, send something to me at the end of the year thing. I'll take that advice, Terry, from you. But I kind of use that as I kind of use it as another form of a to-do list.
Mm-hmm.
So I can send those to myself and they pop up. And then, I can see the video of what I need to do next, or something like that. So yeah, I definitely use it that way. I love the captions. The captions are great when you're communicating with people. Let's say, you're sending a video to somebody and they're not in a place where they can turn on sound. Obviously the captions are a great way for them to get the message before they can actually listen to the message. So I love everything about Loom. Like I said, it's one of the easiest, but also one of the most helpful pieces of technology that I use on a regular basis. And all of us
Yeah.
at Dental Nachos use it
Yeah,
on a
it's
regular
really
basis.
good. And by the way, we got our friend Bob Pick out there over in Chicagoland. Hi, guys. We're glad to have you here with us. And let's see, also
Hey, Bob,
another one
Mr.
here, the
Purple
purple.
Cow himself. Yeah.
That's right. He put the purple cow. Wow, how to be remarkable in an amazing way. And yep, separate yourself from the rest. You got it, Brandon. That is exactly right. And Bob, we have to agree with you. You're doing that, by the way, Bob, in your work as the purple cow. Wow, and getting out there and really giving a lot of value each time. We at Dental Nachos really appreciate you. We're high fiving you from Pennsylvania, from Philadelphia, from Orlando, all the way up there to Chicago, my buddy. And be good. And also, let's see, we got a message here from Sasha. Love your quadruple alliteration. Yeah, exactly. That's it, Sasha. We do like those kind of things. The alliteration there. You know, the Brandon. You notice the talking tech tips with
Oh yeah.
Terry
Oh yeah.
Tuesday at
I'm a big
2.
fan of the alliterations too. I use them a lot myself.
Yeah, it's good. Well, Sasha, thank you for that. We appreciate it. And let's see, we also got a comment here from Stephen Libman. Hi, Terry. Hey, nice to have you here with us, Steve. Really glad you could join us and be with us today. So we've got Loom, and that's Loom at loom.com. You go over there and you can, and we recommend for everyone, go ahead and get the free version. Start with that. I used the free version for maybe a year and a half or so. And I said, let me give it a shot here for less than $100 a year at the time. I don't know exactly what it is right now. I think it's pretty close to that. They give some extra elements in there. And now with the captioning, oh my goodness, think about it, by the way. Dentisting humans, think about this. You can send out your message. And sometimes many people in your community do not have English as their native language. And so
Right.
by having the captions there, it makes it easier. And for those of us who do speak English as our native language, we're anchoring it in a couple of modalities. We see it and we hear it. That locks it in. I'm no psychologist, but the people who are real smart in that say when you can lock in those two modalities, you do even better. So that'll be Loom at loom.com, and we're using that in our team. And now you were mentioning, let me see, took some notes here as you and I were talking before. You said you're also using social media in some really creative ways. Tell us how you and the Dental Nachos team are using social media these days.
Well, we use it to communicate with the Dental Nachos audience, sometimes in mass, with posts and things on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram, but also directly. I mean, we use the instant messenger and the direct messaging to try to relay information. Sometimes, there's things that a person may have asked us for. Things get lost in email sometimes. You don't reach a person over the phone. So we're always a big on the multiple mechanisms of connection when we want to get a message out or communicate with people. So a lot of times we can combine things. For example, I can send you a Facebook message with a Loom video in it, right? So I've used Facebook and I've used Loom at the same time to communicate with you or give you some pertinent information that you've either requested or that you may find interesting or useful.
Yeah, Brandon, let me interrupt you there for a minute. I think what you just said is really powerful. And those of you listening, think about that. We mentioned you could take a Loom video and put it in Facebook, say in Facebook Messenger. It could also go in LinkedIn. It could go, yes, in your email. It could also be a a video you put on your website. So there's a lot of possibilities with that. So what we're doing is we're combining. I love what you're doing there, Brandon. You're combining different technologies. Often, as they say, the magic is in the mix. And when you take a
Yes.
little bit of this one and some of that and a little bit more of this one in a unique combination that others aren't doing, you stand out in a favorable way. So that's good. What is your favorite social media platform?
My favorite, it's probably Instagram now.
And
And
why?
and the reason why is just because it's I think more people. I think as the audience grows and you get more of a younger audience also on Instagram. I think Instagram is just a great way to um, get information out, like you said, in various ways. I mean, because obviously a lot of it is about pictures and video. So a lot of times you can post videos to Instagram. You can put like Canva images and pictures up about things that you want to communicate. So think about us doing that as Dental Nachos. If we have an event coming up, we can post that as a standard post, on our page on your Instagram feed, and then we can also put it in the Instagram stories, and you can pop up and scroll by when you go to your Instagram stories. And a lot of times, you can have a link right there in our bio. A lot of times we'll put an image up and say, hey, click on the link in our bio, and that link will get you to whatever free or specially priced offer that we have for you, or it could just be something very informational that you think you could find interesting. It could be a link to a podcast we've done, or something else we've done that you may find valuable. So I think there's a lot of people especially on the younger side of the crowd. And when I say younger, I'm saying, 40 and younger, maybe even 50 and younger now, I would say on Instagram, who get a lot of their information via Instagram. I know I get a lot of information via Instagram, maybe even more than Facebook now.
Yeah, been amazed at the popularity of Instagram. I haven't used it for a long time, and I don't use it a whole lot right now, but I want to get into it more. I'm thinking I need to go to the University of YouTube and start looking at all those wonderful videos out there, and some of them aren't so wonderful, but that's okay. There's a lot of good stuff there on YouTube, and learn how to use that, so I know that's good. Now, another tool that you mentioned as we were looking at this that I know we're using now is a social media platform, but it's audio only. And that's kind of
Yeah.
nice for some people that go, I don't want to be seen on camera. Okay, for whatever reason, we respect that and honor that. But Clubhouse is a tool that you mentioned we're using right now. Tell us a little bit about what Clubhouse is and how you're seeing dentisting humans using that.
Well, a couple ways. One, Clubhouse is great.
Yeah.
You're a big proponent of video. I love video, but the bottom line is all these communication tools. I suggest using all of them.
Yeah.
Clubhouse can be used. Some people use Clubhouse to relay information. They may do like have a gathering or some type of almost like how you would use a podcast, and they're really just the ones talking, and then people can kind of just listen along, right? You can create a room, and then you can invite people directly to the room, or you can make your room public, and people can just find it and just join the room and hear whatever you're talking about. So a lot of people in the dental industry are using it just to talk about educational things, give advice. Sometimes this is to promote their brand or promote their business, and sometimes it's not. We've used it at Dental Nachos. We've had almost like team meetings on Clubhouse, right? Then we've also had things where we talk about topics like dental practice transitions. We talk about insurance. We talk about just any topic that you would normally see us talk about in the Dental Nachos Facebook group, in Paul's podcast, or in the Dental Nachos world. We can talk about that on Clubhouse. The best thing about Clubhouse is people join the room, and then they can ask to be a panelist so they can speak as well. Or you can call them up to be panelists so they can speak as well. So anyone who's shy about being on video or is having a bad hair day, even, you don't have to worry about bad hair days on Clubhouse, and then you can communicate, learn, share, and just kind of build the dental community together. The other thing I would say is I would encourage dentists to get creative and use it as a platform for patient communication. Obviously,
Hmm.
not HIPAA personal patient communication, but talk about what's going on at your practice. Talk about some advice about oral health, just anything you can do to stand out and separate yourself from either the dentist down the street or the old dentist that they used to go to. Anything you do to sound new, innovative, and really show that you care, I suggest doing it. And Clubhouse is one of those tools.
Yeah, and I love what you're saying on that. I'm going to put an exclamation mark behind that and encourage dentists that are practicing to think about creative ways to do that. First of all, get out there and play around with Clubhouse. Get familiar with the platform. And Brent, I think you said you were going to pay for their use on Clubhouse. Is that right? Because for
I
all the
did
dentists,
not say that,
because
but
it's free. Yeah, because it's
yeah,
free.
but yeah,
Yeah, as long as it's free,
you just
Brent,
gotta
it's
you
going
just
to be
gotta have
paid.
an iPhone right now. That's the only caveat. Right now, it's just iPhone. Maybe they'll roll it out to Android and others soon, but right now it's an
Yep.
iPhone only app.
It's only there. And a matter of fact, I did a video on that and talked about, especially. So if you want to go into that, go on over to YouTube and look for Agorapreneurs with Terry Brock, Agora, and preneurs like in entrepreneurs, Agorapreneurs. And you'll see an interview that I did with Larry Roberts, who's an expert on Clubhouse. And we actually went in there and we looked at it and showed it. So you'll get a good video to understand how you can use it. But get in there and take a look at it. It's got some possibility. And think about this. Let's say, for instance, we got 4th of July coming up here in the United States. It's a big holiday. What you could do is say, hey, what's our office going to be doing here at, pretend I'm a dentist, at Terry Dental Practice? We're going to do this, and we're seeing patients on this day and this. We'll be off this day and here, et cetera. And we're encouraging you to do that. So those are some things that you could do. And also, you're reading your dental journals. You're reading what's going on. You could say, hey, a new development was discovered by the folks over at the Isquacahuga University, and they found this, and this practice is good. And when you're flossing, be sure and do this, or little things like that that can really add value to patients and to those who are looking for a dentist in your area. And they see you're the dentist that's using Clubhouse or you're using some form of communication. I think that'd be a real good thing. Well, Brandon, I appreciate what you're saying about that. But one of the things we are so excited about here at Dental Nachos is our Dental Nachos Supreme. Matter of fact, do you like my shirt? Like the shirt,
I
Terry?
love it.
I love
I
it.
love it.
This is my Dental
Your
Nachos
your
Supreme.
fashion sense is impeccable, Terry.
And it's a great place because as I look at it and I can see what we do, it's one place you go and you get so much for hardly anything. I mean, it's incredible. You are really pushing it and helping us with Dental Nachos Supreme. Tell us a little bit from the big picture, what it is and how people can benefit, how dentisting humans are using it.
Sure. So, to all those in Supreme, we hope you're enjoying it so far. And hopefully I can share some things here that you may not know about Supreme. It's funny, Terry, when people join memberships, it might be one thing that makes them join, but then they don't realize all the other things there. It's like, you may join the gym because, you like the type of equipment that they have, but then you don't realize all the classes they have. You don't realize they do yoga. You don't realize they've got chiropractors and they got an awesome juice bar and then all this other kind of stuff, right? So that's kind of, I'll talk a little bit about that with Supreme, but in a nutshell, it's a membership that's beyond your regular just membership in the Dental Nachos community. So what we've done is we allow people who want to go into Supreme, and if you aren't in Supreme already, you can just text Supreme, the word Supreme, to 215-543-6454, and you get some information on how to join. You'll be shocked at how easy it is, and you'll also be shocked, for those of you who aren't in it, how affordable it is for all that you get in Supreme. I mean, we joke about the Nacho brainer things that we do. Right now, you can get a membership to Supreme for $21. And if you're a student, you need a membership to Supreme for $1. That membership is for a year. Okay. So it's kind of like, a definite Nacho brainer if you're not in Supreme already. But the whole point is, it's really a more deliberate way and strategic and structured way to do what we try to do with Dental Nachos as a whole. Make you a happier dentist, help you teach you how to connect better with your patients, help you manage your team better. And since we're talking technology, it's a way to use technology to feel less alone. You're going to get some direct connections with people and resources in Supreme. One, it's the other dentists who are in Supreme and interact with you and the different things, the live things that we do with the Supreme membership. But also, you're going to get some more direct access to Dr. Paul Goodman, Dr. Nacho, in the Supreme. So right now, being in Supreme means you get access to over 100 hours of on-demand CE. Oh, that's right, over 100 hours of on-demand CE. That CE is clinical. The CE is on business skills, tips, and it's also on patient communication skills and tips. So that you'll get all of that in Supreme. You're going to get VIP access to Dental Nachos live CE on TV virtual study club. So that's a virtual study club that we have where you're going to get at least 6. And I say at least 6 because we may be adding more courses like that to the schedule, but you want to get at least 6 live streamed CE presentations that are going to count as in-person CE credit for you. We got one coming up on photography with the great Todd Fleischman, who's one of our good Nacho friends and great speakers and great dentists here in Center City, Philadelphia. So you're going to get at least 6 of those live courses in addition to the 100 on-demand courses. If you like some of the other things that Dental Nachos does, I'm not going to give a whole list of everything Dental Nachos offers on the website, but you'll get a discount on anything in Dental Nachos. So it's like you're in an exclusive club. You'll also get access to the Ask Dr. Nacho show, where there's a show that happens periodically where you can go on and ask Dr. Nacho anything about anything. People ask questions like, what do you say when a patient says you look too young, right? What do you do if you're an associate and a practice owner asks you to do, a working interview, do a procedure on a patient you never met. If you are an owner, what do you look for when you're trying to hire an associate? So Dr. Nacho, Paul will answer those questions. We're sure we get some crazy ones too that he can't answer, but he'll find the answer. So that's just a big overview of everything that's in Supreme. And that's so if you're in Supreme, hopefully you learned something new that you didn't already know you signed up for. And if you're not in Supreme, like I said, you can text Supreme to 215-543-6454. And like I said, it's only $21 for the year or $1 if you're a student.
It's amazing what you can get with that, and the value is incredible. Matter of fact, Branden, I'm going to try something here. Got this set up here, and are you impressed now with my fancy schmancy scroll that we've got in there? Put that in there like that, and there we are.
I'm impressed, but I'm used to you, Terry, because everything you do is fancy schmancy. So if I wasn't used to you, I'd be blown away. But this is just par for the fancy Terry course here, so
Just
it's
fancy
awesome.
stuff. Yeah, we like to live in fancy and all the while, but to wow the dentisting humans that are coming here and working with us at Dental Nachos want to do it. And really, you're going to get a good offer, and there's a lot of value. And I think the best part is getting a chance to connect with Paul for those Ask Me Anythings. That is fabulous. You get a chance to say, hey, what about this? And it's in the dentisting community. So that way you can ask real personal, real specific things and be able to work on those kind of aspects. Plus, you've got the community as well. Other dentists that you get a chance to meet. And these are dentists that you'll get to know on the other side of the country. Other side, somebody
Yep.
else that might not normally be there in your particular town, but now you can start talking and sharing ideas, sharing them back and forth. So use that text the Supreme to 215-543-6454. You see it right there. Real easy to use and real nice. So a lot is available there. And as Branden has been saying, we want to look at these, want to see these features that are available, and we like to share those with you. So, well, Branden, we've hit a lot of good stuff today, talking about Loom, talking about how to use that social media, Clubhouse, that's real powerful, and then, of course, our Dental Nachos Supreme. Lots of good stuff there. And if someone wants to get in touch with you, how would they get in touch with you directly?
Couple easy ways. You can always email me, Branden at dentalnachos.com. That's Branden at dentalnachos.com. And you can, I'm pretty easy to reach there. You can also actually call or text me at area code 609-802-5763. Once again, that's 609-802-5763.
Very good. Well, Branden, it's always good to have you on board here, and I just enjoy working with you. Also, and those of you they're watching it, get to know this guy. He really knows what to do. He's a great guy, professional. He knows his stuff, and he can help you because he has helped many, many dentists to achieve their goal, to get growth into their practice. Depending on the stage where you are, he customizes it and tailors it to you. So you want to get in touch with this guy. Branden, thanks for being with us today. We'll look forward to seeing you again.
Thanks, Terry. I appreciate it as always.
All right. And so, for those of you joining us, we cover this every week. Love being with you here. Remember, it's Tuesday at 2, talking tech tips with Terry. We're going to be here next week, and we're looking forward to seeing you then. And if you've got questions, leave them below. Wherever you're getting this, we're going out with Restream now, using Restream, getting this out into many different places, and you'll be able to see that in the live stream. It's a great little tool for that, and we encourage you to take a look at that. On behalf of Dental Nachos, I'm Terry Brock, wishing you a very good day.